Yes. Era to the onus. We hear y'all. Yes to the yes, y'all.
Yes.
Special guest in the building with us right now. We've got
Nameless.
What's up? What's good, guys?
Act on Music. Doing good. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Feel blessed. Woke up this morning. I'm here, living the life that I want to do, making music. Got good friends. What else can I ask for?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not much. Maybe some cheese curds. Yes, man. It's good to be alive. It's good to be here
every
on
morning.
The earth.
It's good to be here
with luckily nobody dying through Paris attacks because we're living in Guelph. But we do definitely got to send out, some thoughts to those people. We've not touched on that at all on this show, and I got to say, that's some craziness that's happening over there.
Mm-hmm.
We're very blessed to be where we're at right now.
I agree with that. It's unfortunate. Happens everywhere, but it happens more places than we know. They just don't cover it on the media. So
as much, yeah. They're going really hard with this one.
Yeah. I'm not going to get into that, though, because I
just turn into some conspiracy theory
talk.
Yeah, it's going to happen. I know the ISIS stuff and we won't get into that because that's a whole nother. You get into it a little bit in the music, though, right?
Yeah. I talk about a lot in my music. A little bit about conspiracy theories and Illuminati and just what I believe to be what the masses are seeing isn't really what's happening. Like, I believe that whoever is in charge of our country, America, they're not really the ones in charge. There's people above them who are sort of controlling the things that happen. But like I said, we won't get too into that because that could be a couple of. We don't have enough time for it.
we don't got time.
No, but you can hear it in the music, yo.
Yes.
Check out the messages in the music. That's the important thing. You got a new album. It is out now.
Yes.
Memoirs from Music's Memory.
Yes. Been a long time in the making. A lot of stress. A lot of good times. But it's finally out, and I'm happy it's out. I'm happy with the final product, and that's what I was worried about. Oh, well worth the wait. It's been a long time. There's some songs on there that I remember writing, and I was like, this has to hit the album. But yeah, I've been
patience.
You took the words out of my mouth. It was all about patience because for me, I didn't want to just rush something. I also feel like if by chance something happens to me and I'm only able to get one album out, I want that album to be full from start to finish. It has 22 tracks on it, so it's pretty full.
It's full, and it's got some amazing features on here as well. You got Toronto hip-hop veteran Adam Baum on here.
Big ups to
from
him.
Naturally Born Strangers. Crazy dope MC right there. He's just won a Juno.
Yes, he did.
This year, so you got a Juno award-winning
artist on my album.
Artist on the album. And then you've got one of the most talented artists ever with a positive message. His name's Prince E.
Yes, St. Louis.
His videos on YouTube have reached over 20-30 million and stuff. He's very well known and respected for the message that he brings to the table. It's dope that you've got him on a joint as well, and lots of good production.
Those are the only two features.
Oh, there's a couple other. He brought 2 Cents on.
Yeah,
you got to bring the homie.
2 Cents.
You got the homie on there. Nadim's on here. You got Jay Schiltz, who's a really dope MC as well. Got some singing.
Brittany Ladley and Johnny Apex. I got a couple, but yeah, the majority is just Nameless. But I wanted to bring a few people in because I felt like the tracks I did with them. Well, I had to get 2 Cents on that. He's a man. Not a lot of people necessarily see him in the forefront, but I have to give big shout outs to 2 Cents. He's the guy I call when I need anything done, like IT, anything, graphics, anything. I always hit him up. I actually hit him up today. I'm trying to do a banner. I DJ and all that, so I'm trying to get like a little banner made up, and I hit him up to do it. He's on it, so much respect. He's without 2 Cents at my shows, as a partner in active music, it wouldn't be the way it is. It just, some people think it's just Nameless because I'm the more vocal person, but he's there too. We're definitely a team, and without him, this wouldn't be possible. So big shout outs to 2 Cents.
Definitely been there since day one.
Day one.
And not only going to him if you need the IT stuff, anything like that. It's good to just have solid friends, you know what I mean? People that are just there for you regardless. Even if you guys weren't making music or doing anything business related towards music, you guys would still be hanging out.
Yeah, definitely.
And getting together. And I think that's super important.
Definitely. No, he's a good friend on the tip. I have rhymes. I'm like, yo, this is a dope rhyme. And he'll be like, yeah, it's good, but I think he holds me. He holds me to a higher standard. Just like he's heard all my music. He knows, all my music. So when I come to him with a new track or whatever, he's very honest with it. So it's good to have friends. Yeah, it's good to have friends that are keep it real, because I try not to make whack music, but I don't need to come out with something and people are like, yeah, it's good, but it's not. I'd rather people have honest opinions. Yeah, because I hold my music to a high standard. I've recorded tracks 2 times, had them mix and mastered, and then I just didn't like it, and I redid it. And Chris Evans, who mixed and mastered my whole album for Majestic Sound, he would know that. He's been very patient with me, so big shout outs to Chris Evans on that. Appreciate it.
Gotta be perfect.
I try.
Yeah. Like multiple mixes. I don't know if people understand the importance of multiple mixes on a song, because like sometimes it just doesn't sound right.
No, I agree. And for me as a listener, like when I was dissecting my album, I listened as a listener. I didn't listen as me. I did that later. I listened as a listener, saying, what do I want to hear as a listener? Like, what stands out to me? Are there any, nuances that don't fit? And then I went in as Nameless and just totally dissected it and did that. So sometimes you have to take a step back, because if you're only listening as yourself, you're your worst critic. So you need to sit back and listen as an actual fan.
That's hard to do. I struggle with that to this day.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of my music, so it is hard to do for me.
You're not a fan of your music?
No, I am. It's actually funny. I have not listened to my album once since I got the hard copies, since it's finished.
Should probably take a listen, bro.
Yeah, I heard it's okay, but I've heard it so many times, right?
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'll pop it in one day, though.
Like, you mean like you haven't heard it in its entirety since you've had it, or
no? Like I heard the rough. Like obviously, I know what it sounds like. I listened to the finished product, but since I've got my physical hard copy, I popped it in, made sure all the songs were in the right order, that they didn't mess up when I got it printed. And other than that, I haven't listened to the whole thing.
Just been grinding, pushing the album.
Yeah, for me, like I said, I've heard it so many times that it's out.
You're just happy it's out.
I'm just happy it's out, and I'm just having fun doing what I do. Got a bunch of shows coming up, and just pushing forward with the music, the gear, and life in general.
Yeah.
You can't forget about life.
Life. Yeah. I don't know. Do you have any videos coming out? You have a video being shot soon, right?
Yeah, actually, we had a show enacted my CD release party just on the 7th. And right. Patrick Younger, 7 Pillar, he came out and we shot VIP, which is Very Ignorant People. It's, it's an upbeat sort of, it's not really a club style, but it's set in a club. Basically, it's a story where, as any underground independent artist knows, before the show, you're getting ready, you do what you do, you get in your zone, whatever you have to do, and usually you just go to the show. You have to wait in line because no one really knows who you are, nor do they care, which is fine. I mean, I don't believe any artist is above, waiting in line.
Can't do lines, bro.
And then, you get inside, and once again, no one really pays attention to you. And then, everyone's ignorant to you. You get up on stage, and then people realize, oh. And then, everyone starts to change their opinions of you. So I'm not saying ignorant as in people are disrespecting, like truly disrespectful. It's just ignorant as in like being ignorant to any situation. Like just be kind to everyone regardless. You know, whether they're on stage or they're behind the bar, just, be appreciative of what people bring to the table.
Yeah. Never know who you're talking to.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, I have a couple other videos out on my YouTube page, but I'm just trying to start fresh, with the VIP, and then just I'm going to do a couple other videos that off the album, and really, I mean, it's going to be on to the next one. I feel like people have waited long enough for this album that I don't want to make them wait
right away.
Yeah, I'll be like 60 if I. No, I just I have enough music already that I could put together a next album. But once again, I want to make sure it's proper. Everything is on point, but it's not going to be as long as the wait. So everyone who still supports me, I appreciate it. I will not make you wait as long as you did for my debut album.
Yes. And if if you haven't grabbed a copy, where can you get it?
Anytime you see me, I have it. I always have CDs in my car. We actually talked about, I've been tinkering with the fact of opening up a store in Acton, just out of the place of my residence. So I've been going through all the necessary processes to do that. It's not open yet, so I don't want to give too much information out. But I mean, anyone who has me on Facebook, y'all can hit me up. My fan page, facebook.com/namelessnonames. I'm always posting, Twitter @namelessnonames. Anything, as long as you get a hold of me in any way, I'm usually willing to drive wherever, do whatever to spread my music.
And online, it's on CD Baby?
It's on CD Baby.
Okay.
Yeah, cdbaby.com /namelessnonames8.
Okay. And are you on iTunes or Bandcamp or anything?
I will eventually be on iTunes. I'm just working out. I have to do some stuff with American IRS or fill out some forms before I can get my royalties for that. So I do have it distributed on iTunes and a lot of other sites. But yeah, once I get that done, it's all going to be out there for everyone to listen.
Nice.
Well, let's give the people something to listen to right now. Which song would you like to play off the album?
Ooh, I get a choice?
You get the choice, my brother.
Let's start off with track 1, Realization Reality, just because I feel that's... You knew it. You knew I was going to say.
Well, no, I just... the last guy started with track 1, so...
Yeah, well...
I feel like we're on a roll here with track 1.
For me, I just feel like it gives the listener the best chance to feel what I'm talking about. It's the first track on the album, so why not, right? If you never heard me, Realization Reality.
Here you go. Nameless. CFRU 92.3.
Yes.
I'm a dash of salt mixed with a shake of pepper. Read about me. I'm extra detrimental. The game's fragile, so I'm extra gentle. Punchlines hit hard, better get some dental. Bars are so hot, it's like my mind's bending metal. No hooks like I'm at Acton Meadows. No callback, even though I left a demo. Office Space, didn't you get the memo? I'll remember those who used to not say hello. On a scale of 1 to 10, most is 0. Used to people say your name, you less than that. Kept my mouth shut, didn't say jack like that. So when I get my fortune, they'll get foreskin. Coming back to the act even though it's boring. Been here my whole life, some still think I'm imported and treat me differently cause my flavors are sorted. So first and foremost, the world's in disorder. Life's not important, guess your mind is distorted. You ain't better than them, cause they walk like forests. Don't judge a book by cover or a song by chorus. That's why some of the richest will always be the poorest. Open your mind, flowers don't just come from florists. Government's like a 4-year-old, I'm hearing more fibs. Poor kids get created, then aborted. Some can't handle life, so they forfeit. I said it before, no need to be awarded. Changing someone's life, that's what the real reward is. Some of my illest rhymes ever were never recorded. How come blatant atrocities are never reported? I'll tell you why. They faking democracy, it's more like hypocrisy. And that's not an educated guess like hypotheses. Want some on my own, but I hated biology. The voice is unknown, the girl will be epiphany. Now that's what I call realization of reality. Got visions of the future, so I say things prophetically. Mentally, on another level like telepathy. Consider me consistently, rhyming written wizardry. So stick with me, you'll quickly be part of synergy. I lift the microphone, giving my life's history. Nameless, synonymous with agony and misery. My dignity, constantly challenged with adversity. Some people have a pedigree for treating me pathetically. They say I talk retarded, I say special delivery. They can beat me up or down, but can't keep me from victory. They picked on me, now it's like everyone's picking me. Edgar Allan Poe, I'm gifted artistically, I'm original. Most music's mimicry. I'm not the same as these lames like symmetry. Take enough time, you'll find my rhymes drying the mind like 2-minute mysteries. My imagery is displayed vividly. I'm visibly, clinically, insane lyrically. Schizophrenic flow, neuropsychology. No apologies for bringing quality. Something I will always choose over quantity. Why make music if it makes a mockery of the KRS? Once do it properly. I'm not possibly, more like probably the best in my area. I say that modestly. Scratch that. I say that honestly. I care about my town, don't care about property. So I'ma say acting no matter what they offer me. No matter what they offer me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. A little Nameless for your eardrums right there.
A little bit.
Realization of reality.
That's one of my favorite tracks. That was produced by Young K. He produced probably 17 out of the 22 tracks on the album. He's been a big part of this, and once again, he's put up with a lot of meticulous Nameless. I'm very picky with the beats that I choose, as well as I don't do a lot of hooks in my music, so he's had to restructure a few. Yeah. So big shout out to Young K for staying with me, and he knows, usually what I like now. It took a little bit, but we've been working together for such a long time that he'll send me beats, and there's already no hook in it. He just knows what I like, so it's good. So big shout out to Young K. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Salute.
Dude's an animal on beats too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's done a lot of work with some big artists, so he's pushing forward. Can't wait to work with him again on this next album.
Yeah. I've got him. I've had him do a few beats for me. We have a track together, actually.
Yeah.
On a Young K beat. All three of us.
Yeah, I wonder if y'all have that here.
No, not the clean edit.
That's okay.
Tisk.
They gotta wait for that.
Even the dirt, it's not even that dirty. It's not like crazy.
My verse is
I don't swear on it. I know my verse is clean.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Your verse was actually pretty crazy.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Check the lyric video out on YouTube too.
Yeah. I do have the lyric video. It's Math Class by Nameless. Y'all can check that out on YouTube.
Yeah. We
gotta do an actual video for that, though.
We should actually. We should
be dope
in a school.
Sit in like an actual math classroom.
Be pretty sick. Why not?
All right.
This,
y'all heard it here.
Yeah, you guys may have just
verbal
heard plans.
Verbal contract.
May have just caught a preview right here.
Snag me in a video. It's all good. We got this. Let's lay it down.
Do it.
And you've also got a recent video that you released with Bishop Bergante.
Yes. That was 8 months ago, or maybe a year. It feels like time flew by.
I feel like it's been at least a year.
Yeah, it's World Class Wordplay. You can check that on YouTube as well.
Mm-hmm.
By Nameless.
Very nice track.
Featuring Bishop Bergante.
Who is coming to Guelph.
Very soon, yes. And Nameless will be on that show. That is Friday, December 11th.
Yes, that's going to be a good time.
District, yes. Come out and vibe out with us.
Shout outs to Bishop. He actually came to Acton to shoot that video, so.
Nice.
Big shout outs to him.
Have you reached out to Bishop to perform that track that night?
Yeah, I actually have. It's still in the works. So I'm not sure exactly what's going to be happening. I'm hoping we can, but I also understand. He's got his things to do. So
he's got like a full set. I would imagine.
And I have my set already basically put together. So we'll see. You never know. It may be a surprise track. But
I would say even if he doesn't do it, you should still perform it. I would.
Yeah.
You know, because that's like your track with him, right? And he's the headliner of the show, so it'd be like boom, boom. Same thing. Like I always try and get Snack to perform the homies with me. Like the last time we tried, I messed up my verse, and then we sang the hook together, and then he's like, "Yeah, I can't even remember my verse." And I'm just like, "It's all good, dude. I didn't expect that you would, man, because it's like it's not a track that he performs every night and stuff, right? And to actually sit down and practice, I know from having to do that for other artists when they're just like, when I do a feature track with them and then I come to their city and they're like, "Yo, can you perform that with me?"
I don't have it memorized.
It takes a lot. No, I do it. I work my I work hard to make sure that I can do it, but like it's hard sometimes, for sure. It's hard,
especially when you have your own set.
And you got to take literally a good couple hours before the show to really practice that, or a couple hours, like 2-3 hours it takes to memorize a solid verse where you're gonna feel solidly comfortable. I don't know how it is for everybody. That's just my process. It generally takes me, anywhere between 2 to 3 hours, like doing that track. Maybe not that long. That seems like a lot for one verse. One verse usually takes a minute or so to practice, so you'd probably get 60 practices in an hour, so maybe that's a little exaggerated, but you know what I mean.
Depends on how often you perform the song too, I guess.
Well, we're talking strictly a track that you never ever would perform. You've never performed other than when you come to do it with this one artist in the city, so it's hard to do. It's hard to do, but I like it sometimes because when you get to rock with an artist that's in that city where they have their fans that are in that city, and then you get to rock with them, it's like I don't know, it just adds an extra dynamic to it.
You always want to do that, be able to give back. But I feel the same way. Like for me, even with tracks that I have certain tracks that I'm going to perform, and then you have tracks you don't really perform. So I mean, they're always in the back of your head, but when you're on the feature with someone, it's hard because that's not always tracks that you're doing. You may listen to it, but you're not performing it all the time, so it's hard. I feel you there.
Yeah. Unless you're one of the artists that actually do perform the songs that you're featured on. Because you do have those artists that do go out and they will perform their feature verses.
No, you know what? I agree with that because I have a couple of feature verses that I'm just featured on, but I just like the verse so much that I'll just rock it.
Yeah.
There's a couple tracks like that.
Oh, yeah.
I could think of a couple, but I just love performing, though. Any track, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Performing and hitting the stage, that's what's up. This Friday, it's going down in Guelph.
Oh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good show.
This is going to be a good
down. Yes, y'all.
Van Goghs.
This is going to be the first time I think I've ever performed. Wait, no, I did one show like 2 or 3 years ago there.
Van Gogh?
Yeah, I performed one track.
Oh, okay.
But
hey,
other than that, I've never rocked there.
I remember back in the day, I used to go to Van Gogh's a lot with Aquarius Sound Crew.
Yes.
Mix Nuts, DJ Envious,
okay.
Oh man, Edward. I used to go there and I used to rock it. It's pretty fun times. Good times. Shout outs to them.
Which, speak on that a little bit. Your kind of DJ side of you as well. What kind of grew that part, like taking that element of hip hop and really going with it. Like you DJ quite a few gigs and weddings and stuff like that. And
I've done a few gigs for you too.
Yeah, I've brought you to London. I think you did the Freeway show there.
Yeah, done a couple of shows in Guelph too.
Did some in Guelph.
I did J-Ru. You got me on
J-Ru the Damager.
And that was actually sick because that turned out to be a really good show, and it was spontaneous because I wasn't even supposed to.
Yeah.
Really, and then there were some technical difficulties, but we got it all together, and it turned out really good. It was
awesome night.
Yeah, it was fun. It's good times. But yeah, I mean, I've always loved music. As a kid, we always had, who doesn't have a record player? But that was one thing I always wanted to do. I was in college, and my goal was to get turntables. I wanted Tech 12s for the longest time. Mm-hmm. I finally got them, and I've been just DJing ever since, and I just love music. I love vinyl. I'm not going to hate on the DJs that only spin CDJs and that.
No, you're not like a DJ purist.
No, well, I'm not going to officially hate, but I feel like
officially, just behind closed doors. I'm like these These controller guys, they're pushing these buttons and they call themselves DJs,
true, right?
I'm gonna hate you behind.
If you're gonna be a DJ, you should at least have some vinyl and be able to work a turntable. That's just my opinion, But maybe CDJs are really hard to use. I don't know. I've never used them.
Maybe it's just the old thing. Like, dude, why are we using like big, huge phones when we could be using like Androids and like have all this smart technology? You just click of a button. We're not using those dial tone ring pad things where we gotta like spin it with our finger. Okay, I'm joking. I'm a huge fan of real DJs, man.
Yeah, like Serato's okay.
People can cut like crazy.
Like you need to have nowadays. I mean, you can still. Serato is the program that basically lets you play MP3s and that as it's vinyl. It's just not actual CDJ. You're still using your turntables as it's supposed to be used, but I mean, you can't get every single track on vinyl.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah,
cost you a fortune.
Yeah.
And some just don't exist. Like a lot of new stuff that gets released does not come with vinyl.
Yeah, actually, I've noticed that some albums nowadays are
coming back.
Yeah,
it's come back a little bit
as vinyl again. Like some of his albums, his new one you can get on vinyl. I think Jada is releasing his new one on vinyl.
I wanna put some singles out from this album on vinyl. It'd be pretty cool just to have, even keepsake.
Yeah. Remember
they got Indie Pool's got something on. It's like $30 or $40 per vinyl for like small vinyl runs.
Yeah.
Have
to take a look into that.
Yeah, I got an email the other day about it. Wasn't too interested because I kind of want to do like a full run. I want to do like 300 or so. Try and get decent price and bang them out. But the hardest thing is getting that like first master. And having your music mixed in a certain way, because it has to be mixed different for vinyl. All these annoying things we have to go through as artists and musicians when we put out our music, you know what I mean? When we don't have labels that kind of run the whole show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Independent.
I like the independent scene.
Independent hustle, yo.
Independent artist. We work the hardest.
Yep. Indie is like the big thing now, though. Like, it's not even cool to be like a major.
Well, if you look at the top cash cow kings of music last year for 2014, Tech Nine was number 13, I think he was, with like 8 million.
8 million.
But Macklemore and Ryan Lewis are at like third spot, like next to Drake and stuff.
Are Macklemore and Ryan Lewis
independent? Yes.
Yeah, they're independent.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have, like, a machine behind them?
They have, I think Universal Distribution or something like that, but they're independent.
Okay. Because, I remember, I don't know if it was actually, like, a situation, but, like, Drake, before he, quote-unquote, got signed, like, his music was everywhere, but, like, there was no one, like, really behind him. So, like, I don't know. It was always a mystery as to who was pushing Drake before Lil Wayne and all that.
His own music. I think some people take off the music, man. His music was that good and people just shared it and liked it. I remember seeing his MySpace page having like 1 million plays. He was like one of those first artists to be getting like 1 million plays on his MySpace page and stuff. And he had one picture of him on stage opening up for Lil Wayne in Toronto when it was like first early on. And I was like, just like when he was just before he dropped Take Care.
Okay.
And
like I don't know.
Which I was listening to the other day. I really like that album. It's got that track with Adrena Mill on it. So, dude, we were having a big talk about Drake earlier and Justin Bieber.
Oh, yeah?
The fact that I'm a believer now. It's a crazy thing, I know.
I'm not going to hate.
I've had to drop this in 2 interviews now.
You're allowed to like all your music.
Gotta throw it out to everybody. Let the world know I'm now a fan of Justin Bieber. It's a crazy thing.
Now,
Stratford.
See, I know you watched the documentary on Bieber and whatnot, but did you only do that because he did the song with Not?
No, only because my best friend, Berg, shout outs to Berg, he got me onto it.
Okay.
He said he got the whole album, he likes it, and he's like, yeah, man, I've been a fan of him for a while. Like, he watched both the documentaries and stuff, and like is really into his music and stuff, and I trust his judgment. You know, he's the only person that is able to open up my mind to like that other world of like the mainstream music world, because I usually just keep myself boxed into this old school hip hop vein, and sometimes I need to open my eyes and like stop wearing these blinders and kind of see what's going on around me, because some of that music is actually good. And there was some, like, he's got this song on his new album called Love Yourself. And it's so deep, it's so important and pertinent into today's society, talking about, like, the fact that we need to love ourselves, you know what I mean? And, like, the video is super dope. It's, like, this couple doing this, like, insane choreographed dance and stuff that's, like, talking while they're dancing. It's magical. And I sound corny as heck right now, but I don't care.
Music's music, man. You can't, you know.
And it spoke to me. I was like, yo, this is some real stuff, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I just think that sometimes I judge books by the cover sometimes, and it's good when I can open up.
Don't judge a book by cover or song by chorus.
That's a nameless line. Quotable.
Someone into the source.
Dropping it, yo. Era to the onus. So the album is out
officially.
People can get it. Talk a little bit about Act On Music, the movement, the clothing that you got. You've got a crazy independent hustle, man. Like, you've been selling shirts like a madman, selling shirts and toques and sweaters, the whole deal.
Yeah.
Putting that Act On Music logo on everything, and getting people to support. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, no, I've been blessed. I have a really good support system, just even within town. Everyone's willing to support me and believe in, what we're doing with the whole Act On Music. And it's nice that to play on words with acting, but really it's just act on, act on anything, act on hip hop, act on music, act on being thankful. It's just, it's a double meaning in that. But yeah, we have lots of stuff. We started out in, I wonder if Mama's listening to this. Ricky's mom, we call her Mama. We started out in his basement with iron-on T-shirts. So we had the iron-on, we had the printouts, and his mom, we would call her the executive fashionista. She would actually iron on the stuff for us. We would get it out. Those were the real early ones. Like, those were just for us, really. And then it just went from there. We just kept pushing forward and realized that people want this and people want to be a part of this. So, it went from iron-on T-shirts to just white and black T-shirts to colored T-shirts, and then now we have hoodies. Just got a run of colored hoodies done, toques, girl T-shirts, tank tops. We have baby onesies that are a really big hit, and it's just, once again, just being happy and thankful that people are willing to support us and rocking. I mean, I don't see it as much, but I have people coming and telling me that, like, there's Act On Music stuff everywhere, which is really nice. Like, I mean, I see it around, but I'm so used to it that sometimes I don't pay attention that, hey, there's this 60-year-old woman rocking Act On Music, or like, there's
so and so.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids stuff out there too. I love, people always tag me after they buy their stuff, and it's pretty fun. It's good to know, and I say it all the time, but I really am thankful and blessed that people are willing to spend their hard-earned money to, help me try and achieve my dream, because without them, it wouldn't be possible, right? Mm-hmm. I left my job 2 years ago to, focus on this, and, I saved up a bunch of money, which, has definitely helped me get through the tough times, but, without all the supporters and with the believers, not believers, it wouldn't be possible. So I am truly blessed and thankful for everybody who has ever, got any gear from me or even listened to any of my music. So shout outs to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody. It's a big thing, man. It's cool to see that the people are supporting you, helping it out, push it, and you step up. You know what I mean? Some people can have a company where they get the first batch of clothing done, and then they get that money, and then that's it. That's the end of that clothing.
We keep it going. I've shipped stuff out to the West Coast, BC, Calgary, the States, down to Texas, so it's not just acting, it's not just local. I have people that, have heard my music and, reached out and paid the stuff, and I pay the shipping, as long as I'm, I don't mind about that, as long as it's not super, expensive, because at the end of the day, as long as I'm not losing money, it's all worth it for me, right? Yeah. I want to give back any way I can, so.
Getting it out there.
Yes.
Word up, y'all. Music in your eardrums and clothes on your body. Get it all from Nameless.
Yes.
Everything.
You are probably the only artist that has consistently always had merch throughout the years. Like, some artists will have, like, merch for, like, the 1 year, and then the next year you see them and it's just CDs or, like, just them coming to the show with a song.
When you don't have an album out, you gotta you gotta consistently be bringing them something. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I'm focused on my album, and just anywhere I go, I'm always trying to get rid of that, and I'm gonna be bumping the VIP soon because I'm happy everyone came out. A lot of people came out to the show just to support the video and be part of it, and Patman, whatever he goes by, he has a lot of AKAs, but Patrick Younger, Seven Pillar, he came out and he did a really good job. We got some really awesome shots, and I'm really excited to hear VIP come out and see what happens with that.
We got a release date for the video, or
no? Not as of yet. I mean, I'm focused on the shows that I have, and I want him to be able to do what he does and not give him his creative process. So it's all good. I'm never in a
really
rush.
Pressed for time.
Yeah, I want things to be perfect in a sense.
Okay.
VIP. Y'all got that? Y'all got VIP?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Very ignorant people in your life?
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes. Every now and then people actually understand, they have tolerance, but most of the time they're just stupid, especially on Facebook over this whole situation that's happening. A lot of ignorant people come out of the woodworks when world crises happen.
Hey, I just thankful I wake up every morning, but I try not to post any of that stuff.
You don't post it, but you see it.
Yeah, I see it. It's kind
of hard not to see.
It is hard not. It's unfortunate, but
it's like none of my friends are even like it's not them posting the negative stuff. They'll just share the negative post and be like, "Can you look at this idiot and what they're saying?" You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh, like people really think like that in this day and age. Like there's still, it just seems ridiculous.
It's unfortunate, but that's how the world is. I'm no stranger to being around and surrounded by certain people and the way people think, an old school way of thinking. So it's not easy for me to understand, but I see, I saw it growing up. So when I see that stuff, it rolls off my shoulder in a sense. Like I take notice of it because it is wrong, but what can you do, right? You can't change. Like ignorance it's taught, right? You're not born with it. So hate is also taught.
Yeah.
We can't teach peace, but we can teach hate for some reason. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is very.
War is taught, but we can't teach peace, That's the way the world works, though.
Bang, bang. Yo, you can teach somebody to shoot a gun, though. How do you teach them to dissolve a fight? That just takes experience. You got to just be in the heat of the moment and just be put in between two people yelling at each other and know when to step in and know when to not step in too.
I've actually been in situations where I've diffused fights, and I find that if you approach someone with passiveness when they're aggressive, they almost have to. They can't be aggressive because how can you you
can't yell at somebody who's just like super chill.
Yeah, someone has a fist, you have an extended hand. Like, what can you do? I always say that a lot of arguments can be solved over pasta. Which people may think it's dumb, but if you think about it, if you have disagreements,
dude, pasta's awesome.
sit down, have a conversation, have a beer, and you may realize that your differences aren't that far off, and it's so easy to solve. I mean, sometimes you can't. You see, you can't sometimes. But,
sometimes that's true.
If you just sit back and just take a second, it is really easy to diffuse certain situations. But I mean, some people just like to fight.
Ego is such a huge thing. It stops. I see it stop so many people's career, and there's literally every day is an example or another chance for the ego war to happen with myself and somebody else. Like, especially dealing with the amount of rappers and stuff that I deal with every day and the requests that I get and some of the ridiculous stuff. Like, it's insanity. And it's like, I have to battle with my own, like, my own personal ego and be like, well, I'm just gonna throw you aside right now and just deal with this in a civilized manner, because I don't really want to sit here and go back and forth puffing my chest up and you puffing your chest up, and then we don't get anywhere. It's just like, we can deal with a lot of things very, very simply. Even like haters, you crush haters with love.
I wish I had haters. I mean, I'm sure I do secretly, but it'd be nice to know that, because that's sort of, validation that you're doing something right.
It was awesome the other day. No, I got this, like, somebody on my fan page, like, on the picture that I posted of me with the Spice Girls. The Spice Girls tribute. Yeah. Some dude posted like 5 comments in a row of just like spiteful, like, F you, Robbie G, you YouTube star, you're never gonna make it anywhere, you suck, da 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 da, and like just like going in on me. And I was just like, what is, like, this guy's having a bad day. I'm like, I don't even know who he is. And he even said, he's like, you don't know me, but I know you, and I'll find you. And I'm just like, I'm like the easiest person to find. Every day I'm posting where I am. I'm either in my studio or I'm at a show or I'm at the radio station. Like, come and find me. I'm really easy to get. So I just sent the guy a message. I was just like, bro, I'm like, I don't know what got you super angry, but like, you can just holler at me. I'm like, I'm a pretty easy guy to deal with. Like, just say what up.
Like, it's only the Spice Girls, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, he was like super mad because I had like 5 attractive women. I don't know. He's not getting none, and he's just like, this guy. He's like, oh, he got the girls on him. How's he doing? Robbie sucks.
Hater.
It's hilarious. But yeah, I just deleted all the comments, blocked him, and sent him a message like, yo, find me somewhere and talk to me, because I'm pretty easy to deal with.
Yeah, bring him some pasta.
That's a good idea, man.
Everyone has opinions, though. I'll never get mad at somebody for having their opinion, even if it's not what I think. Like, if they don't appreciate or like my music, that's fine. It's not for everyone. I do know I have my own lane, and that's one thing that I know I stay in. I have my lane where, I only talk about certain things. I really don't curse in my music. I feel like I have, the intelligence to use other words, but for me is just about just making music and making good music that makes me feel good and makes people think. I have a couple tracks that are just really heartfelt, and I just try and stay in my lane. I don't talk about the cars and the girls and that. Maybe one day I would love to make a beat, like a beast track, just talking about nothing, like no message, no nothing, barely having words, and just see what happens.
My lines. We were talking about the Hobson track earlier. It's called No Words.
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So.
But it's unfortunate that that's what hip hop and music is coming to now. Like, back in the day, you used to have those messages, and you used to have that, and now there's really no substance. And I'm not gonna, once again, that's my opinion, I'm not gonna hate, because music is music. I love music, and I'll listen to it. I don't necessarily have to listen to it more than once, but I'll try and listen to it, because who knows, like, the people are talking about, whatever they talk about, if that's their life, then how can you hate on that? Like, people haven't gone through the racism that I have, and being a loser in high school and all those things, so they may not be able to relate. Some people can, because that's what they've gone through, but I can't hate on someone who's talking about things that they've gone through just because it's not necessarily
your
what
life, So it's just the way that it's made nowadays. Like, like there was no songs before. Like, even if the songs were a little corny, it was still like, ooh, I love you, girl. And now it's like, I love you, girl. I love you, girl. I love you, girl.
I agree with that.
It's hilarious. It's jokes. Anyway, that is the world we live in. But yo, you coming out, you got some new music, you got that conscious stuff, making people think. The messages are out there. Check out the CD.
Do we have time to play one more?
We're gonna hit them with one more. We're definitely gonna hit them with one more. That is the mission right now, to do that. We were gonna freestyle, but we didn't get a chance to, and we're running out of time right now, so I don't think we're gonna get it in. But next time, you're gonna come back up here.
Yeah,
we have to get a freestyle in. All right.
I've been on the show before. I've done.
Should organize a cipher or something.
So yeah,
on-air cipher.
On-air cipher. We'll just call a bunch of rappers up. You pick the track. You get to pick.
What are you feeling? Let's okay. Well, let's go with Memoirs from Music's Memory.
Was that the last one?
That's Stop. No, it's track 21. Thankful is the last track.
But it's so close. 21. It's the last one's 22.
Mars is
So close.
Is that what,
Sean Hales, yeah, he did the first track, then last
you
track.
can play the last track.
No. We'll do the title track, right?
Yeah, we'll do Memoirs.
Yes. All right. This is it, yo. Nameless, thank you so much for coming in.
Not a problem. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Awesome stuff. Great music. As always, you're a wicked friend, artist, good guy. Glad to have met you and know you. And I hope you keep coming out with projects like this. 22 more tracks.
I hope so. Next one won't be as long, though.
Yeah. Don't be keeping
20
tracks.
All right, fine. That's good enough.
20 tracks will make us wait 4 years.
I'll take 20.
Yeah, shout out to Special K, too.
Word up. All right, here it is. Nameless. CFRU 92.3 FM. Listen to this. Here we go.
I'm best with a piece of paper and a pencil, let me get it. Headphones beat banging as I set my set list. Rock any stage, any place, don't care if I'm respected. Waste gas for my craft, cause music I respect it. Translation, I don't care how big the check is. I don't need a chain, fame, dame, or a necklace. I said, yo, hey yo, should you check it? That ain't the way that I like to choose to start a sentence.